All right, guys. So tonight I decided to watch The Pit, which is a 1981 horror movie about a kid named Jamie, who's I think 12 years old, who has an evil teddy bear named Teddy. And what he does is he has this evil teddy bear, but also he has a pit in the ground that has these creatures that will eat people. So it's a horror movie that I like the idea of, like the idea of it is pretty cool. I enjoyed the fact that this one had a really good performance from the little kid, the kid who played Jamie. This is a character that's like a 12-year-old introvert who is on the cusp of puberty, so he starts being really, really sexually vicious with like these older women, like his babysitter, where like he just starts going kind of crazy, just want like falling in love with these women, and every woman looks at him like, "You're too young, you're 12 years old," and like it's something in this kid's head that makes him way more insane than you would expect. And it does a thing like Magic from 1978, like the Anthony Hopkins movie with the ventriloquist dummy, which is a great movie. Definitely see Magic if you haven't seen it. But this is like Magic in the fact that he has a teddy bear that talks to him, but whenever the teddy bear talks to him, it's just Jamie's voice. So it's not, I don't know if it's like the bear is possessed or what, and it just reminded me so much of Magic and that idea where you don't really know. Um but basically what he does is he just starts getting more and more annoyed at people, and also he starts listening to Teddy more, so like he starts to send people down into this pit where these creatures eat people. And again, that idea is cool, but it's so weird with the fact that you've got the kid with the evil teddy bear, but you've also got a pit full of creatures, and like, how are they connected? Really, like, it's just the kid who talks to the teddy bear, but then like he finds a pit. Like, it's just kind of funny story wise how like they're not really connected much. The teddy bear eventually keeps telling her to like throw people down there that are like bad. But it's just, it doesn't really feel like that was brought together that well. But I do like the idea of it. I think that the idea for this is pretty cool and pretty effective. Pretty effective in parts. It's also really pulpy and cheesy. Like, for instance, there's an old lady who's mean to Jamie. Like, I think it was his grandma or something, and she's blind, so she can't see. So Jamie like rolls her down the hill into the pit, and like she falls in, and it's like a cartoony, like almost cartoony looking effect where like you watch something on Looney Tunes where like this character flies off in a wheelchair into a hole. Like, it is that cheesy in a way, and it's got some moments that are really, really cheeseball and cornball. And it's so weird because I thought I would love this one more, but really, like, just in total, it really didn't do a lot for me. Like I said, I liked the idea, but the execution to me just wasn't super interesting throughout. Like, I did enjoy the ideas of it, but it just never really came together as a effect that I really like. It didn't really have that much of an effect on me. Like, it just kind of felt like, even though it was kind of unique, it kind of just felt like another typical 80s horror movie, but not without the entertainment. Like, it was cheesy, but it never was super, super fun with the cheese. The kid actor did a really good job. The acting's really good all around. The score's really good. Whenever it's creepy, it's creepy. Whenever it's silly, it's silly. It's definitely got a mix of score, but it still is great though, regardless with those elements. But it never fully interested me. Like, I was never really invested throughout. Like, I never felt like I cared too much about this movie. Like, it's a shame because I think it's a cool idea. It's just not executed like amazingly. Like, it's totally serviceable, but it's just not very. Like, I'm not gonna remember this one really after a while. I'm kind of gonna forget about it. But like I said, I think it's still worth watching in the grand spectrum of like 80s horror. If you're a fan of 80s horror like I am, and there's a million I haven't seen, I'd still say check this one out. It still is worth. I think it's worth your time. I just didn't love it. Like I said, I gave it like 2 stars out of 5 on Letterboxd, and I know that sounds really low, but I see so many of these, so it's like it's hard to explain, but I just don't really like. I see enough where sometimes it's gotta be a low grade like that, even if I thought it was all right. But really, just I thought it was serviceable enough just a little unmemorable, but still, I think it's worth it if you're a fan of 80s horror. Definitely check it out. So that's it on my review on The Pit, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.